It is the 20th of April, my dudes. You know what that means. Ah, that's not weed. Every time you think you've made a dent into these two piles, a bloody flirty blassie comes along and fills it up again. I don't even get me started on these boys down here. Well, they're not all boys. The next toy hunt spoilers there. Actually, not even the next toy hunt spoilers. Okay. Either way, we're getting something off the pile. And besides, I'm not making any dents in these piles either, taking one figure off it at a time, and then buying more stuff. I was never making any progress on getting rid of these. Hey guys, and welcome back to another NWOpening. Today we are doing a 420 special, and who better to do that with than with Mr. Monday Night, Mr. 420. Mr. was literally stoned in a video where he received this figure in the mail. Rob Van Dam. And did you guys know that I've only done 3 NW openings this year, which is actually on course for sort of the average I tend to do in a year, but given how many figures I need to get rid of, could really do with speeding that up. But you know, all 3 of them so far have been specials, whether it be a New Year special or a Women's History Month special or another Women's History Month special and now a 420 special. Do you think at some point I should open a figure without having a plan behind it? Like, that might be a good idea. That might get rid of these piles a little bit quicker. But then again, at least I'm getting these ideas of like reasons to do these. I wasn't planning on doing this. I just thought of it like 10 minutes ago and thought, if I edit this quickly, I might be able to release this before 4:20 in the afternoon in the UK, and wouldn't that be even better? So anyhow, we got an excellent figure here. I was so happy when this got announced. Obviously, it's a really, really incredible figure. We got to go in and get this loose hand out of there anyway, so I thought we may as well crack him open. As you can see on the front, we got that. I really like this new packaging. It looks pretty good, and unless I'm going crazy, it's a little bit smaller than traditional packaging. Got Elite 91 Rob Van Dam. On the back here, we've got Rob Van Dam, Austin Theory, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Bianca Belair. Very popular series. I imagine there's plenty of people out there who probably picked up all of these figures. For me, it was just Rob and Hulk Hogan. And I was very happy to finally see those two getting new figures. But either way, let's go quickly to the sped up reel of me opening the box, and then we'll talk about the figure. For God's sake. What the hell is this? Like fucking fig Catraz or something. Why do the boxes always rip on these things now? Every time I do an opening. Oh, Jesus Christ, these things aren't elegant at all, are they? These reels never quite go right anymore. God damn, it's like those reels just go worse and worse every time I do one. Anyway, throw all this packaging on the floor. I'm sure that won't come back and get referenced again at the end of the video.
Rob Van Dam and test. Let's see. This outfit has been shown. Doesn't have the skull. Obviously, it's influenced by the same outfit, right? Hey, who got all this paper all over the fucking floor?
You know, it's kind of like this is an Easter special as well, because Rob is in the exact colours of a cream egg. Could really go for a cream egg right now. I wonder if they still have any in the shops. It must do. Take a look at the figure. Initial impressions are that I need to lock the focus on it, because it seems to be focusing in and out. Okay, so initial impressions are that it was a little bit difficult to stand up there. I feel like there's something wrong with the boot joints, but we'll get into those. Obviously, I'm so happy that Mattel standardized the double jointed elbows. I didn't realize how much we needed them until we got them. Obviously, on a figure like Rob Van Dam, you're going to want them anywhere. You can literally like thumb bang his own head. Never mind, do the Rob Van Dam pause. So, you know, that's excellent, of course. I kind of feel like the as soon as they did the double jointed elbows and they kind of committed to it, they knew they wanted to do a new figure of Rob. But maybe that's just a conspiracy theory. We got the chair, of course, for accessories. I'm still really like kind of flummoxed by this chair. I'm sure no one else is as fascinated by it, but it kind of looks white and it kind of looks silver. Like on the video it looks silver, in person it looks a bit more white. It's kind of like between the two. I don't really know, but either way we're going to put that there. We've got the open hands here as well, of course, because you know me, guys, especially on a figure like Rob Van Dam where he will be doing hardcore matches, I need the open hands to be able to do poses and stuff. But the thumbs are nice as well. It's great to have the thumbs. Do you remember back on the Jax figures when you only had thumbs and you had to do like punches like that with the thumb? It was the same thing with Umaga. You got by. You lived. So there is the front of the figure, obviously. So obviously we're going to have a look at the back as well. There's the back of the attire. We got the RVD up there. We'll get a closer look on that at some stage. Got the decals all the way around the side there. On both sides, we've got the Van Dam on the boots, and let's get into talking about some joints. I mean, that is what we're all here for, isn't it? 420 joints, yeah, that's what the day is about. All right, okay. So first of all, that head is great. That is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Shoulder maybe a little bit questionable, but it seems okay. That elbow's a bit soft, but you know, it should be okay. As long as it can absorb doing this at the start of any animations he's featured in, it should be okay. Then that wrist is more or less fine for a swappable hand. Now, the shoulder's a lot tighter. Actually, yeah, that elbow's about the same, I'd say. And the wrist is probably a bit tighter, but the shoulder's tighter, so that's good. The ab, it could be better, it could be worse. It's got the maneuverability in there. But it also, you know, that could easily become loose over time because it's not the tightest. It's not the tightest ab joint I've ever seen in my life. And the waist is probably about the same level, I would say. In terms of legs, we have no legs. Legs seems fine. That one seems fine. The knee bend's fine. Maybe a little bit too fine, actually. It's a little bit wobbly in there. The twist is fine, and that boot is fine. So it must be maybe the other leg that there was a bit of an issue with the joints. One thing I don't like is that the top of the leg here, whatever you would call this joint, the hip joint, whatever you want to call it, is a little bit stiff. It makes me nervous with posing figures because it feels like it's about to snap or something. That knee is fine, I think, more or less. And the boot, it's a little bit stiff, but it's okay. It moves, really. As long as the guy can stand up, that's the important part. Now we're on the 2x zoom. You can get a better look at his decals, of course. This is a really gorgeous Rob Van Dam figure. You know, I feel like it's probably the most done attire of Rob's is the tiger stripes. And there's good reason. The orange and white is just very satisfying. It's got the skull on the middle there as well with the yin yang in the on the top of its head. Look at the top of his head. And then on the back, of course, as I say, got a little closer look at that RVD decal on the back. And more tiger prints all the way around. The decals on either side as well. And yeah, I think that's it. So this is, you know, this is a really great figure out the box. It looks fantastic. Obviously, it's great to have the accessory of a chair with him because Mattel just don't like putting weapons and accessories and stuff in figures as much as Jax did. So it's nice to be able to get them with characters like Rob Van Dam where you're definitely going to want to chair with him. Of course, it's a very aesthetically pleasing figure. That ab joint is a little bit concerning, but it should be fine. It's a very aesthetically pleasing figure at the end of the day. It's, you know, and this is one that is in great condition. It's good to finally get him open, and I completely intend to use him as early as possible in DSW. So let's talk about what he's going to do in my figure fed. So I have no kind of clear plans of anything that I'm going to use him for, but he is going to be kind of like MVP in the way that I want to just use him to fill gaps and, you know, chuck him in matches and make them more entertaining, have like little one-off matches with people that I think would be interesting, and just kind of use him around like that. He'll probably have title runs at some stage, and he probably is going to get a title shot quite early on, if not literally the first thing he does when he technically returns. Rob Van Dam's always been very big in my fed, so it kind of, you know, it kind of makes sense to chuck him in at the deep end if I, you know, want to use him really urgently and just give him like a title match for the hardcore brand title or something, or even just for the hardcore title or whatever else. But yeah, I guess that's more or less everything I had to say on this video. So if you're still watching, thank you for watching this far. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like, comment and subscribe. There's loads more NW openings before this video and loads more to come after it as well. Yeah, about 80% of my viewers aren't subscribed. So if you're the kind of guy who watches my videos quite often but hasn't actually subscribed, then please do give me a subscription, because every little number added onto that subscription total just gives my little ego a little bit of a rub, makes me feel a little bit better in a bad period of my life. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye. And I forgot to say, guys, if anybody is partaking in the 420 celebrations, enjoy, have a good time, have a nice time. I hope you've got some really good ganja in. I hope you've been to see Matty. I hope you've got some really good ganja in.
Yes, I'd like to meet my friends, Matthew.
No, Matty lad, get a fucking daft out of your head.
Matthew here sells really good ganja.
Hey man, I'm not even fucking bothered, mate, like, I'll sell you fucking all this ganja, mate. I honestly don't even bother. I've been in jail so many times. Doesn't even bother me, man. You alright, yo?
And if you do, feel free to send me some. You know where my P.O. box is. You guys don't know where my P.O. box is? Well, maybe if you send me something once in a while. And I hope you've been to see Matty. I hope you've got some really good ganja in. I hope you've been to see Matty. I hope you've got some really good ganja in. And if you do, feel free to send me some. You know where my P.O. box is. You guys don't know where my P.O. box is? Well, maybe if you send me something once in a while.